Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the work of psychologist Anna Hefors to unpack one single life-changing idea: how finding your correct place in life can restore balance to everything. Her work is all based on systems thinking, which is this really profound idea that nothing, and I mean nothing, exists in a vacuum. To get a handle on any one part of your life, you have to see how it connects to the whole system around it.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with a question. Do you ever feel completely overwhelmed, just drained, or like you've been miscast in the movie of your own life? Maybe you feel like you're parenting your partner, managing their life and their emotions. Or maybe you've slipped into the role of parenting your own parents, carrying burdens that were never yours to begin with. It's that constant, nagging feeling that you're pushing a boulder uphill, no matter how hard you try.
Well, according to Hefors, that struggle usually comes from a tug-of-war happening inside of us between two core mindsets. First, there's the child position. This is that part of us that feels helpless, that points fingers, that just waits for somebody else to fix things. The language of this position is, I can't, you owe me, just give it to me. And then there's the adult position. This is where your real power lives. It's where you take 100% ownership. Its language is, I am responsible, I can, and I choose. The problem is, so many of us, even as fully grown adults, get stuck in that child position by default, and it throws our entire life out of whack.
All right, let's start by really diagnosing the problem. What does it actually mean? And more importantly, what does it feel like to be living off-center? This isn't just some vague feeling, It shows up in very real, very specific ways in our lives.
So when we're not in our right place, we might find ourselves parenting our partner. And what that does is, it automatically pushes them into a childlike role, which just kills any chance of an equal partnership. Or we do the reverse. We start parenting our own parents, which completely reverses the natural flow of life and saddles us with responsibilities that were never ours. This imbalance is like a constant energy leak. It's why you feel so drained. It starves relationships of intimacy, and it makes every little conflict feel like this massive, unmovable wall. And the kids? They feel this vacuum, and they either start acting out or, even worse, they try to become the little adults that the family system so desperately needs.
And what's so powerful about this quote from Hefors is how it reframes the entire issue. These aren't just a bunch of separate problems. They are all symptoms of a system that's out of balance. Think of it like one of those hanging mobiles you see over a crib. If you just tap one little piece, what happens? The whole thing starts to wobble and shake, and every other piece has to shift to try and find a new balance. When you step out of your correct position, you are that disruptive force, and the whole system feels it.
Okay, so if we're in the wrong place, the obvious question is, where are we supposed to be? The answer isn't some destination you have to find out there. It's right at the very center of your own personal universe, just waiting for you to reclaim it. To help us find our way back, Hefors gives us this amazing map she calls the Square of Life's Force. You can think of it like a personal GPS for your soul. It's a tool that helps you see your relationship to everything and everyone, and it puts your I, your core self, right at the center, exactly where it belongs. The power here is that it takes all those chaotic feelings and gives them a clear, visual structure.
So this is the absolute crucial point. Your I is the sun of your personal solar system. It's the organizing principle for your entire life. If that sun is dim, or if it's drifted out of place, all the planets, your relationships, your career, your health, they all fall into these chaotic orbits. But when your I is bright, stable, and centered, everything else can find its proper place and move in harmony around you. Now, from that central I, you're interacting with all these other systems, and each one has a specific, correct position relative to you. The key thing to get is that life energy is meant to flow downwards. It comes from what's bigger, from what came before, like your parents, your ancestors, and it flows through you. You receive it, and then you direct it forward and down towards everything you create, your children, your projects, your goals. When we try to reverse that flow, like by parenting our parents, we block the whole system. With partners and colleagues, you're on an equal plane, side by side, giving and receiving in balance.
Ultimately, this entire method really just boils down to restoring that natural flow by making sure your I is stable, centered, and whole. When you're in the right place, the whole system just kind of corrects itself. But that brings up the biggest question of all. How do you build that kind of stability inside yourself, especially if you've literally never felt it before?
And that leads us right into the foundation, because a strong center isn't just a nice thought. It requires a solid, unshakable point of support deep inside of you. Now this next idea, this might be the most challenging one in the whole system, so stick with me here. The single most critical piece for inner stability is the complete, 100% acceptance of your mother and father inside of you. And let's be super clear about what this means. This is not about condoning their actions, forgiving abuse, or even having a relationship with them. It's an internal, energetic process of just accepting the biological fact that you are 50% of each of them and that this unique mix that created you is perfect and whole just as it is.
And she helps us visualize this as the triangle of personality. Just picture it. Your inner mother and your inner father form the 2 points at the base of a triangle. When you stop fighting and rejecting parts of them, you let them unite inside of you, creating a solid base. And from that stable foundation, you emerge at the top point. That inner union is what creates the point of support that lets your eyes stand firm against anything life throws at you.
And this slide just illustrates perfectly why that is so critical. Without this inner acceptance, we're basically living in a state of constant civil war with ourselves. One part of us is always fighting another. We feel fragmented, and we spend our lives looking for validation from the outside world to feel whole. That looks like people-pleasing or perfectionism or just needing constant approval. But with full acceptance, we find that wholeness inside. We become an integrated person with a stable point of support, and we no longer need the world to tell us we're okay because we already know.
The contrast is it's night and day. Living off-center is a life of chaos and exhaustion. It feels heavy. You're always reacting, always fighting the current, always feeling drained. But when you live from the center, you step into a state of harmony and flow. Life starts to feel lighter. You become proactive instead of reactive, and this quiet sense of confidence just starts to weave its way through everything you do.
The rewards here are profound. That love and desire you thought were gone from your partnership, it can come back. You start to feel energized by life instead of drained from it. Your mind gets quiet, and clarity and purpose start to emerge. And because you're not wasting all that energy on internal drama, you become more effective, more magnetic even. You start attracting resources and opportunities. And maybe most importantly, by becoming a stable, centered person, you become a gift to everyone connected to you. You become the source of stability that allows your entire family system to finally heal.
So, as we wrap this up, this work doesn't just give us information, it gives us a choice. The real question this explainer leaves us with isn't just about understanding these ideas, but about applying them. So, in which specific relationship, in which area of your life are you ready to stop, reclaim your adult position, and finally start living from your true powerful center?